quite special. It's lovely when this happens. Someone phoned me earlier, and she had an amazing name, Katrina Hordenhaller or something like that. Either way, she left me a couple of messages, and then eventually said, Russell's available tonight. And I said, Russell. And she said, well, Russell Watson. I said, so I got him on the phone right now. Russell Watson, are you there?
Yes, I am. Good evening.
Good evening. Oh, just thought I'd let you know. My name's Alan. Hi.
Hi, Alan.
Hi, dude. How you doing? Hey, listen, so really exciting to have you on the show. And, I've just been reading through your Wikipedia, and I'm like, yeah, you've been busy over the last few years, haven't you?
I've been busy. I mean, that's the whole thing about the tour at the moment, or the tour to come, is it's been 25 years since the release of the first album, The Voice. I mean, in some respects, it feels like 25,000 years, but in other respects, when I think about that first day when I walked into Aer Lyndhurst Studios in London with the Royal Philharmonic, it only seems like a blink of an eye ago. It's amazing how fast
you're obviously enjoying yourself, and you've made friends with a lot of other people, obviously like Alan Jones and many others. But was it the 1999 Rugby League champion thing was that the big moment? Was that the big moment for you?
It's difficult to pinpoint one singular moment and say that was the big moment, but I think with regards to catalyst for the onset of my career in '99, I was doing a heck of a lot of different sporting events, namely the Champions League final at the Nou Camp Stadium in Barcelona, and then I performed at various different events, the Rugby Union World Cup, all the way through to the opening ceremony of the World Games and the Commonwealth Games opening ceremony in 2002 at the City of Manchester Stadium. I think all those things have helped to, introduce me to an audience that probably wouldn't otherwise listen to classical music.
Yeah, absolutely, because you definitely made it a lot more mainstream. So what was the moment that gave you the record deal? Because, obviously you say I don't know which bit, but there was obviously special moments along the way. You're talking about performing with the London Philharmonic, but there must have been a moment that got you signed that was the big break, as it were.
Yeah, I think, again, in '99, I think I was brought to attention by the fact that I was singing at some of these shoots. At that point, I wasn't signed to a label. Right?
Were you not? Did you have a good manager? Did you have agencies around you?
When I first walked into Universal Decca, at that particular time, I didn't have a manager. So it was, it was all very...
So was there one specific A&R guy that spotted you? Sorry, I'm digging quite hard here, aren't I? But did someone dig hard and find? Did you actually have the audacity to walk in?
No, I mean, a meeting had been organised because I've been quite successful, prior to that. And Decca wanted to, meet me and have a chat with me and see what they thought. And I'd been in the office for about 10 minutes, and next thing there was a 6-album deal on the table.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it sounds simple, but it wasn't that simple.
I'm sure it wasn't. Do you have because I'm looking at basically looking at all your work on Apple Music right now, and is there anybody you haven't worked with? Have you worked with Michael Bublé, who we were just playing? I know it's not really on you have...
No, I mean, everyone from Meatloaf to Luciano Pavarotti and Lionel Richie, who I duetted with on the second album.
I know.
I even did a performance with Sir Paul McCartney.
You did?
The Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah, it was a Let It Be at the Nobel Peace Prize Awards in 2002.
That is amazing. Like, it's so good. Do you have a favourite? Do you have one specific duet that you've done that you go, wow, how did that happen? I mean, pretty much all of those you just mentioned, I would think, wow. But is there one that really stands out?
I think McCartney back in the day, because as a kid, I had a little old Hofner semi-acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
And my pal and I would jam. The book was called 101 Bumper Beatles Book of Songs, and basically we knew the book from A to Z. So to be stood on the stage with McCartney at such a prestigious event as well, was quite something.
So
even Meatloaf, as a kid, Sir Cliff Richard.
Yeah, clear.
I mean,
It's never ending, is it? But what was the type of music you liked as a kid?
there wasn't any real. Again, it wasn't specific because I think I grew up with listening to a real eclectic mix.
Yeah.
Songs. So anything. Again, my grandmother was a huge classical music fan, and yet my mother was more into pop music. My father was, rock and roll all the way, anything from Johnny Cash to Dire Straits.
Well, obviously, you've got your big break coming shortly. You're coming to Bournemouth. No, you're coming to Poole, aren't you? Yeah. On the 28th of February. That's not this Friday. That's not the Friday after. It's Friday after that. So 2.5 weeks from this interview, which is Tuesday, the 11th of February, 2025. It's amazing. Have you been to St. Peter's Church before?
I haven't. No, I think this will be a first visit for me.
Well,
I've been down Poole.
This is a really unlikely church that would be doing this, but they've got a great new bishop there, Reverend Mike, and he's booking in all sorts of brilliant people. I had a guy from Hans Zimmer's orchestra the other day, and it's in a place called Ashley Cross, and there's pubs all around it, but there's just this one amazing, beautiful old school church, and suddenly it's being used for concerts, and we're really grateful to have you coming down, Russell. It's so brilliant. I'm really looking forward to it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer, that's another person I've worked with.
Have you worked with him? What was he like?
I did, yeah. He's very nice. He knew. He was a man that knew what he wanted.
Yeah.
We recorded in our Lyndhurst Studios in London with the RPO, and I did one of the pieces from the movie Hannibal.
Oh right, okay, wow, yeah. The guy that we interviewed him 2 weeks actually on the radio as well. Interstellar. He did all the music for Interstellar. He was the organist. Don't know whether that's interesting, but I might have just steered off. Yeah, I might have just steered off. What's your favourite song? If we went to one of your own favourite recordings.
I haven't really got a singular favourite. I mean, it's more what kind of. What's your repertoire on there? Because I mean, got so many.
My repertoire is a bit like your childhood. It's feel-good music from all eras and genres. Would we go with that? Yeah, it's there's no rules. It's just got to be what makes you feel good. I mean, I love your Raise Me Up, but I mean, we've got a few of those obviously on here. I love Velour. I do. There's one I really liked. I just picked out just a second ago. The one you did with Nick Ingman, Bridge Over Troubled Water, very nice as well.
That's nice.
You like that?
I think that'd be a good shout.
Do you think that's a good shout? So, what else you're going to be? So, let me just get back to that. At St. Peter's, Poole, Dorset, Friday the 28th of Feb, and you can get tickets at weloveconcerts.com. Are you going to be doing lots of these all over the country then?
We've got a few more. This is a tour that's run over from last year. The main body of the tour starts in October, but it's kind of we're running the tour. The tour that I'm doing at the moment is basically was an offspring of our Magnificent Buildings tour, which has been cathedrals and some of the bigger churches and abbeys all around the UK. So. This is a continuation of that, but also goes under the banner of my 25th anniversary, because this will be the 25th year since the release of that first record, which still remains the best-selling classical album of all time from a UK act.
Yeah, congratulations! It's so good. So you played in a lot of cathedrals and so forth. Are you a bit of a Christian man? Do you have any faith?
Yeah.
This is actually a gospel station you're on right now.
I am a Christian man.
Don't worry, we're not forcing it. We're not asking you to sing Kumbaya or anything like that. Don't worry, there's nothing like that going. This is actually a secular show. It's going out to Cyprus and other places as well. But no, I'm just interested because I know about I don't want to delve on it too much with what happened to you in 2007. But would you feel faith got you through a lot of that?
I think a little bit of luck and good fortune as well, and fantastic people around me, and also the medical people that were looking after me at the time contributed heavily. Yeah, and I think faith is something that goes a long way in those circumstances. But I'm a big believer in I'm a big Christian, but I think Christian is more than just a belief in something. I think Christianity is a way of life. It's not just how we treat ourselves and look at religion. It's also about how we treat other people.
100%. Yeah. I suppose the other reason I brought that up is I'd say about definitely a good 45% of your songs are a lot Christian-based songs, aren't they? So there's definitely a positive meaning.
A lot of them are, yes. Yeah. But I think Christianity is something that very much comes within.
Yeah, absolutely. Russell, we're going to let you go now, but thank you so much for coming. And please, I hope to meet you on the 28th of February. We're coming down there. Wouldn't mind doing a little podcast with you if that's okay.
That'd be absolutely lovely.
Would that be good? Yeah, I'll get you on the ATW podcast. Be an absolute pleasure. I'll send you the show from here afterwards as well. But we're going to go with Bridge Over Troubled Waters. Does that sound good? Yeah?
It sounds perfect.
Does it sound perfect? I love that. Yeah. Nothing like a bit of perfection. And once again, you can see Russell on the 28th of February at St. Peter's Church. And good on Bishop Mike. Hopefully you'll go. Do you like a beer? Do you like a tipple?
I don't mind every now and then.